Ever wonder why peace feels unsafe? Why happiness never lasts, and guilt arrives uninvited? Maybe you're not broken. Maybe you're remembering. Sometimes we go through life thinking this constant heaviness is just who we are. We call it being too emotional, too intense, or just sensitive. But what if this isn't your personality? It's a survival story your body never stopped telling? Complex post-traumatic stress disorder, or CPTSD, doesn't always look like trauma. It's quiet. It hides behind smiles, productivity, and perfection. It shapes how you see yourself, how you love, and even how you breathe. In this episode, we'll explore 6 hidden signs that might reveal you've been carrying old wounds longer than you realize. Each one is a message from your nervous system, your heart, and your past, asking to be understood, not judged. So take a breath. This isn't about diagnosing yourself. It's about finally understanding the story your pain has been trying to tell you. Because the truth is, healing begins the moment you stop blaming yourself for surviving. 1. The weight of shame. Imagine waking up every morning with a quiet voice whispering, "You're doing it wrong." You apologize for things you didn't cause. You shrink when someone looks upset, even when it's not about you. That's not humility. That's survival. When love and safety were conditional, your brain learned that being small was safer than being seen. As a child, you might have believed that if you behaved perfectly, maybe the yelling would stop. So now, as an adult, you carry that invisible rule everywhere. It's my fault. But what if shame isn't the truth? What if it's just a memory your body mistakes for identity? Studies show that chronic shame activates the same brain regions as physical pain. That's why a simple mistake can feel like being burned from the inside. Healing starts when you stop apologizing for existing and start asking, who taught me I had to? 2. The storm inside, emotional swings. One minute you're calm, even smiling. The next, something tiny snaps, and suddenly it feels like the whole world is ending. You hate the reaction. You promise it won't happen again. But it does. That's not weakness. That's a nervous system that's been on emergency mode for years. Growing up in chaos teaches your body that danger can appear anytime. So even when life is peaceful, your brain keeps scanning for the next explosion. A tone of voice, a silence, a text that's too short, and your body rings the alarm. But here's the twist. The storm isn't trying to destroy you. It's trying to protect you from what already happened. Trauma-trained therapists call this emotional time travel. Your body doesn't know the danger is over, so it keeps reliving it until safety feels familiar again. You're not overreacting. You're remembering what danger felt like, and your body is still trying to save you. 3. The mirror that lies, self-perception. You look in the mirror and see every flaw magnified. Compliments feel fake. Success feels like an accident. Deep down, a voice keeps whispering, "You don't deserve this." That's not insecurity. That's identity built from survival. When you grew up being criticized or ignored, your brain adapted by lowering your expectations of love. It's safer to believe you're unworthy than to risk disappointment again. So even when life offers kindness, you flinch because it feels unfamiliar. But what if your self-image isn't who you are, but who you had to be to stay safe? Research shows people with chronic childhood invalidation develop learned unworthiness. Their minds rewrite every good moment as luck, not proof of worth. Healing begins when you stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "Who taught me to see myself this way?" 4. Love and fear. Entwined, attachment wounds. You crave closeness. Yet when someone gets too close, you panic. You want love, but you also fear it will hurt you. It's like holding a flame that warms and burns at the same time. Growing up in unpredictable love teaches you that affection and pain often arrive together. So you test people, pulling them closer, then pushing them away, just to see if they'll stay. That isn't manipulation. It's your nervous system checking for safety. But what if love was never supposed to feel like walking on glass? Therapists call this the push-pull dynamic. born from attachment trauma, where your brain equates love with danger. It's not that you fear people, you fear reliving abandonment. Healing begins when you let love in without making it prove itself through pain. When you learn that consistency, not chaos, is what real safety feels like. 5. The numb zone, dissociation. Have you ever found yourself staring into space, not remembering what you were doing? Or maybe you're talking, smiling, even laughing, but it feels like you're watching from outside your body. That's dissociation, the mind's emergency exit when life feels too much. As a child, when you couldn't escape physically, your brain learned to escape mentally. It turned down the volume of reality to help you survive the noise. Now, as an adult, that same switch flips on automatically, even when you're safe. But what if numbness isn't emptiness? It's protection that overstayed its welcome. Neuroscientists call it functional disconnection. Your brain separates emotion from experience to keep you alive. It's not that you don't care. It's that your mind learned silence as a shield. Healing begins when you start noticing those blank spaces. Not with judgment, but with curiosity. Because feeling safe enough to feel again is recovery. 6. When the body remembers. Physical symptoms. You might call it exhaustion, chronic pain, headaches, or gut issues. But sometimes it's not a body problem. It's a story your body is still telling. When you spent years in fight or flight, your system never learned how to rest. The muscles stayed tense, the heart raced, and the hormones never stopped flooding. You didn't imagine that fatigue. You earned it by surviving. But what if your pain isn't the enemy? What if it's a messenger asking to be heard? Research in trauma medicine shows that unprocessed emotional stress increases inflammation and pain sensitivity. The body keeps score until the mind is ready to remember. Healing begins not by forcing your body to get over it, but by finally whispering back, "It's safe now," because the body listens, especially when words never could. If any of this felt familiar, the guilt, the emotional chaos, the fear of love, the numbness, the pain, please know this: nothing about you is broken. These are not flaws. They are survival codes written by a younger version of you who just wanted to be safe. CPTSD doesn't make you weak. It means you endured more than anyone should, and you adapted the only way you could. Every apology, every overreaction, every wall you built was your body's way of saying, "I'm trying to protect you." Healing isn't about erasing the past. It's about updating the story your nervous system still believes. It's learning that calm isn't danger, that love doesn't have to hurt, and that peace isn't a trap. One day, you'll look back and realize, the things that once felt like scars are now the reasons you understand others so deeply. You don't just survive trauma, you transform it into wisdom. And maybe that's what remembering was always meant to do: bring you home to yourself. If this episode touched something inside you, you're not alone. Healing from CPTSD isn't a straight line. It's a slow return to safety, one gentle breath at a time. In the comments, share which part of this story felt most like you. Your words might help someone out there feel seen for the first time. And if you'd like to keep exploring how the mind heals from hidden pain, subscribe. Because every week, we uncover another piece of the story your soul has been trying to tell. You survived the past. Now it's time to learn how to live peacefully and fully.